It's time to talk about the Detroit Lions secondary, and in this video, we're going to jump in and do a dive deep into the Lions secondary, and we're going to talk about how they're going to look in the expectations for 2021 stats, how they compare to the rest of the NFL, who's going to break out, and who's players that we could potentially hurt our team. Let's start. What is going on, YouTube, and welcome to Detroit Lions Talk with MicroMike. We talk all things Detroit Lions, news, rumors, analysis, breakdown, and everything regarding our franchise. In this video, we're talking about the secondary, and we're going to get into everything regarding the secondary. We're going to talk about the safeties. We're going to talk about the cornerbacks. We're going to talk about progressions from the Jeffrey Okudahs of the world, the Amani Oruwariyes, possible regressions from the Harrises. See how Aaron Glenn can affect this thing. We're just going to talk all things secondary. One of the most important groups for this defense to really could change the culture and change the trajectory of the Lions season in 2021. But before we get into that, make sure you hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes in this video. That would be fan-freaking-tastic, and with your help, I know it can get done. So one of the groups that really we want to see progress is one of the groups that we really want to see progress for the Detroit Lions and watch and pay attention to for training camp is the Lions secondary, both cornerbacks and safeties. This is so important because we invested a lot of capital in young players, and we need this capital to produce because this team is predicated on young players developing to really bring the Lions to the next level. And we've seen the last couple of years the underdevelopment and the bad play by these young players, and obviously, most importantly, the scheme. So can these guys come out and produce? And we're just going to go through who I think does make the team and who could come out and be a quality player for the Lions. Let's get to 14,000 subscribers. With your help, we can get it done. We're about 160 away. Hitting 14K would be absolutely fantastic. And hey, it's bringing the channel to the next level, and with your help, we can get it done. We'll start with the cornerbacks, and then we'll jump to the safeties. Let's go ahead and start with Jeff Okudah here. I do think he's going to be number one. A lot of people were down on Jeffrey Okudah last year, didn't want him with the third pick in the draft. Hey, look, that's fine. We all wanted our specific players. I wanted Justin Herbert. I liked other players as well. With that said, he is a Detroit Lion. He did underperform last year, but remember, he did have an injury, and he was with a bad scheme, and I think he is going to definitely be a breakout player this year. I'm not saying he's going to be a Pro Bowl or anything like that, but he's going to make a significant jump. With Aaron Glenn under the helm of being the secondaries coach, he's going to make things a little bit easier, and Jeffrey Okudah, I think, is really going to help produce. And plus, like we've talked about other parts of the defense, is the defensive line is going to help out as well because they're not just standing in the pocket, the quarterback that is, for so long to pick up the secondary. But Okudah has the ability, he has the tangibles, and he has the intangibles, and I think he's going to have a quality year. I think he gets 3 interceptions here, and he ends up being the Amani Oruwariye of last year, where you see a significant development. And I think next year he could be a guy like a Darius Slay, who is really contributing for this football team. Gets those. He's a breakout guy who, I mean, look, if you look at his speed, he's extremely fast. He's good when he sees the time for his legs to move. It's time for him to make that adjustment. He's very quick, and that is something that you can't really teach, and that's a very good piece for him. The number 2 cornerback I do have is Amani Oruwariye for the Detroit Lions. Amani Oruwariye is now in his 3rd year. He developed great from year 1 to 2, and now year 3, he's going to be our number 2 for the Detroit Lions. I think it's going to make a very good adjustment, again, of going to year 3. Amani Oruwariye is probably one of the more underrated players on this football team. He gets overlooked, in my opinion. He's a solid number 2, and having Okudah and Oruwariye in there is a young 2 combination. It's going to bowl well for Lions going forward years from now because they're young and they're ball players, and they're going to be contributing for this team. The number 3 guy who I think is going to be the nickel corner, so it's not specifically in this order as you see, is of Melifon Wu, but I think the nickel corner does go to Corn Elder. I know Mike Ford right now is going against him, but we did go ahead and sign Corn Elder in the offseason here as a free agent, and he has shown times with the Carolina Panthers that he can make plays. I think he will be the guy to replace Justin Coleman, and he's not bad. Initially we signed him, you think corn pop, who is this guy? But he can make some plays and he can cover, and his backup, and probably a lot of these guys' backup, will be Mike Ford. Mike Ford making another jump. He's been on this team for a couple years. We re-signed him, and I really like Mike Ford, undrafted guy, and he's stayed with this team. There's a reason why he is continued to be here, because he is a good depth player and a guy that can really help out this team. But the up-and-comer, in my opinion, who will be a starter and potentially could be a safety at some point and play there, but I think he will be, you'll see him on the field, is Melifon Wu. This guy we drafted, he is very tall. He is a guy that has extremely high ceiling. He's got playmaking ability. The staff absolutely loves him and could not believe he was on the pick and on the board for the Detroit Lions in the later round, and they got him. But he is a rookie. It's going to take a little bit of time to develop, but he will get his playing time. I'm not thinking he's going to get a ton of playing time, but he will get time to shine. If there's an injury to Amani or Jeffrey Okudah or Corn or Mike Ford, he will get that time. Hit that notification bell, folks. Let's get more people hitting that notification. Right now, about 15% of my subscribers out of nearly 14K are hitting that notification bell, so you don't want to miss out on the content. All you got to do is hit it, and I drop a video. It's once a day. It's not going to go insane on your YouTube channel. I'm not going to drop 10 videos a day. That's not how it works. It's one a day, so you just don't miss out on that video or live stream. And there, Quinton Dunbar is the veteran in here. I think he will be a backup initially, but Quinton Dunbar is actually a fairly good backup, and I like him for the Lions. The Lions got good cornerbacks. They just need to develop them, and Quinton Dunbar can help the development there. He's a guy that there's an injury, he could start. And if there is an issue, say with a Jeffrey Okudah or Amani, he can get in there and be that replacement in the pinch. And he has done well for his time as an NFL player, and as a backup, I have no problem with him. The interesting part is here is A.J. Parker and Jerry Jacobs. Who is going to be potentially making this team? I actually have Jerry Jacobs right now is making a little bit of standout in camp. Maybe he can make the team, but look for one of these guys to make the practice squad. My bets, though, is on Jerry Jacobs, just because we're hearing about him a little bit in camp right now. Let's jump to the safeties for the Detroit Lions. This is the issue. This is the spot that hurts the secondary. Man, oh man. It's not the cornerbacks. It's the safeties here. Tracy Walker, I think, will have a bounce-back year. I think he'll be solid this year. He didn't play that well last year, but no one else did. And this new coaching staff is much better than the last coaching staff. So Tracy Walker will man that safety position. And unfortunately, I think Will Harris is going to man the other position. And that spells very bad news for the Detroit Lions. He's not a starting safety, in my opinion. He is probably the worst starting safety in the NFL. And that's saying a lot. So if he continues to play bad, maybe Dean Marlowe can jump in there and just go ahead and take that spot. And I would rather have that happen, or the Lions sign a free agent. But my prediction for Will Harris, he's ended up being one of the worst safeties in the NFL. Tracy Walker, a mid-round guy. Dean Marlowe, maybe he can come in there and take that spot from Harris if he continues to be a failure. C.J. Moore will be a backup for the Detroit Lions. Nice backup as well. Nice veteran guy. Get in there and get his stuff done. Who is going to be a safety that makes it as a young guy? This is going to be fun to watch in training camp. I love these training camp battles. I think Amos has possibly the chance to do it. The younger guy, a higher ceiling, but who really knows? These guys are going to battle it out. And Godwin, I don't think he really makes the team. I think we got our veterans in there. Amos potentially could be the guy who makes it as an undrafted rookie, whether it be practice squad or if they decide to add another guy in that mix. All in all, it's literally two sides of the coin when it comes to secondary. I feel like the cornerback depth is not bad at all. I think they're just developmental issues. Being young, Okudah, Amani, Melifon Wu. That's really it. And having Aaron Glenn back there as the secondary who played for the New Orleans Saints and now defensive coordinator, it's really going to help their development and take it to the next level. Scheme's going to be better. They will help produce, and the defensive line will help them out as well. And I think you're going to see a significant jump from that aspect. But you're going to see a decent jump from Walker, and you're going to see a continued failure from Will Harris. This is my second position I'm the most scared of for Lions depth, the safety position. Will Harris, it scares me, and I feel like quarterbacks, if he's starting, is just going to target that area consistently. They're going to hit the middle of the field, and they're going to go where Will Harris is at, because he has shown inability to be a quality player in the NFL. When it comes to ranking compared to the rest of the NFL, I give the Lions secondary, I'd say around 18 right now, just because the young development, but they have a extremely high ceiling. Extremely high ceiling. When these guys get into their prime, they're going to be really good. When it comes to Lions safety position, I give this one, I would say around a 27 out of 32. And I wouldn't say Tracy Walker is 27, but I'd say he is more of a mid guy. But with such a fall from Will Harris, it drops it significantly. Unless Dean Marlowe can come in and beat him out, or the Lions pick up another guy, that's kind of what I see from that positional group. But in the upcoming videos, we got the One Pride podcast on my channel every single Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you come check it out. It's a fun interactive show. Myself and the panel, you got questions, we do have answers, and I drop videos every single day, so hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on all the videos. And on Sunday, I do go live for an hour, usually around 11 a.m. It's not every single Sunday. I do have a life, but hit that notification bell so you don't want to miss out on that as well.